everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's a Tuesday night, Wednesday night, I'm not sure. Anyway, dark outside, wet, cold. So I'm forced to sort of do this in my studio here, my office slash where I work out, where I work and make all the stuff that I do and everything else that I do, a bunch of garbage. Anyway, listen, we are getting around to, well, we're getting ready for spring, even though it doesn't feel like it outside, but you need to think ahead of time, start getting ready for spring. So this video right here, we're going to talk to you about getting ready for spring when it comes to getting out there camping, hiking, and all this kind of stuff that you're going to do. And, well, what you might want to bring with you. So be right back with you. Hang in there. So welcome back again. As you can see, the table is full here. But before we get onto the table, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. I read all of them. And share with your friends and enemies. So let's get to it. So we are now getting ready for spring. It's January. I know, at the end of January. Well, some parts of this world, it is spring already, or it is autumn, or whatever it is. It's already warm weather. Some of you live actually in some warm weather air climates, this kind of stuff. So you know better than I do what you should carry in warm weather. I'm from originally a very warm, hot, humid place in this world. And so I have a lot of experience also when it comes to the winter months, but also when it comes to the hotter months. So let's talk about what I carry and what I suggest that maybe you want to think about carrying. But it also depends on a few things. Are you going to go on a long hike? Are you just going to go on a camp out with some friends, an overnight, or a week of just camping in one place? What do you plan on doing? Well, a couple years ago, I did a 10-day hike here on the Jura in the middle of the summer. And man, it was hot. It was super hot. Matter of fact, that summer we had a lot of rain right before and a lot of flooding along the lakes, this kind of stuff. But where I was at, it was quite warm. I don't think we got rain one time the whole 10 days. We were up on the Jura in the mountains, and every day we were out hiking and in the hot weather. So what I had done, I broke down my kit into two things. I had a stationary kit where I slept. So I slept under a tent at that time because of the bugs and stuff like that. And so I had a fixed base camp, but also had a day pack that I went out every day and this kind of stuff. But we're going to talk about a mix of that, okay? What are you going to need, okay? All depends on where you're going to go and how long you're going to be there. You know, terrain dictates all this kind of stuff, what the weather's going to be like. But I try to plan for any kind of thing that's going to happen. And that starts off with the 10 essentials. If you have seen my videos on 10 essentials, I have already. I always preach the 10 essentials because that's what you need to carry with you at all times, okay? And you're going to see them today. We're going to cover that today, you know. And so it's very important to have these 10 essentials with you all year round, and you can add to it, but you never take away, okay? First of all, we're going to talk about clothing, what you're going to wear, and what you may need or may not need when it comes to clothing. Now, when I did the 10 days, I spent 10 days in I brought 2 pairs of shorts with me. Well, I brought some pants with me, but I never put them on. It was just too hot for pants, so I spent the whole entire time in a pair of cargo shorts that I'd gotten from Helicon Tex, very lightweight. And by the end of it, you can tell that those suckers were used because they were quite dirty, but from sitting around hiking and sweating, this kind of like that. But I definitely had that. But I also brought with myself several pairs of Under Armour underwear. I find that that's some of the best because it wicks away all the humidity away from your body, stays cool, it dries out very quickly, and you can hand wash those suckers in just some warm water or cold water and let them hang out, hang up, and what I do is actually I bring a little bit of a laundry detergent with me. I leave it at the base camp, and if I were to need it, I can quickly wash something. But in general, I did pretty well with what I had. So in general, I would suggest, you know, if you're going to go for a week, 3 pairs of underwear would be pretty good. But if you carry 2, you know, you got to remember 1 pair you're wearing, another 2 pair in your pack, you know. So that's already a start. So, and I have underwear here. And this is the underwear I carry with me. Just some Under Armour underwear that I have here with me on this list. So I'm gonna bend this camera down here. So you guys, I do apologize for all the mess over here. There's a lot of gear, this kind of stuff I work out with, and so anyways, I got the underwear. Something else I carry with me, and I wear and I have a spare, is t-shirt. Now I don't wear cotton t-shirts when I'm out and about. This right here is just a very well ventilated. It's quite heavy duty, but it's a nylon material, and I have a bunch of these right here, and I wear these right here because these right here dry very quickly. They wick away any humidity, this kind of stuff. And if I'm wearing them, suddenly it gets cold out, I can wear this right here underneath a jacket, and I'm not going to hold on to that humidity. Remember, cotton kills, so it's a good thing to have with you. Some t-shirts like this right here, and like I said, you wear one, bring one with you, and you can always wash it out, this kind of stuff. Now, something else I carry with me are socks. And I never carry any cotton socks with me, but I'll have some of these low quarter wool socks, these lightweight ones right here. And then I'll carry some medium weight wool socks with me right here. A couple pair, plenty of socks with you for the hike. Now, one thing good about the wool stuff is that while you're wearing it, I mean, when you take it off, you can quickly wash it if you need to, but you let them air out, they'll be fine. The wool, this is merino wool, and it has a lot of properties to it, which are very good, very positive. Now, when it comes to outer garments now, I wore this pair of shorts here, was a pair of shorts I wore for that 10 days, okay? And just a pair of Helicon Tex cargo shorts right here. These are here, super lightweight. They did fantastic. And this were all I needed for the whole 10 days. I wore these right here. But when I did at night, I'd sleep in just the underwear, or I'd sleep in just a pair of sports shorts. And I actually recommend that. Bring you some shorts. Like here's a pair of Helicon Tex. These are athletic type shorts right here. It has some pockets on them. You don't necessarily need this right here. I also have some swim shorts here and some regular athletic shorts right here. You can wear something, bring this like that with you. You can sleep in it. If you want to go swimming, you can throw that on to go for a swim, just kind of like that. Now, after all that, I do carry some pants with me. I carry lightweight pants, either Helicon Tex pants. So here's a pair of, I think it's an Alpha pants like that from 511. Very good cargo pockets. I have a couple pairs right here. Super lightweight, very comfortable, quite baggy. So you have lots of aeration, this kind of like that around you. And then I always carry at least a long sleeve shirt, at least one. This right here happens to be a 511 one right here that I carry with me. You can carry anything, even a merino wool or light wool shirts you can bring with you. That can serve as like a jacket if it's a little cooler on the campfire at night, or you get a little cool when you stop or something like that, you can throw it on. And then, of course, I carry some kind of insulation barrier, and this right here is a little vest I carry. It's a Patagonia. I've had it for 20-something years now. And this thing right here served me well. It's a pullover, anorak type, and it has no sleeves on it. This right here is a good insulation barrier right here also. Now, if you plan on being up in the mountains, and I've been up in the mountains where it got so cold that it was good to have a good long sleeve shirt with this insulation barrier on the outside of it. That was fine. If you got any cooler, then I always carried with me also a piece of rain gear, and that's a waterproof or water resistant jacket. Usually a waterproof jacket is a North Face one I've had for a long time. Some of their, I don't know which one is, but it's a breathable material right here, and it serves very, very well. Something like this right here. Now, what do I carry all this stuff in? Well, it all goes inside of a waterproof bag, and so I put the max amount of stuff inside the waterproof bags. That way it's all ready and going. Now, of course, I'm going to be wearing some gear also, so that's not going to go inside the waterproof bag, but there you go. When it comes to headgear, I also recommend that in this headgear, along with the rain jacket and the insulation barrier, is part of the 10 essentials. And you can either, I like to carry a little stocking cap with me because you never know when it gets cool outside. You might want to have this right here, a little barrier. But wear yourself at least a baseball style cap right here, or even better, a cowboy style or a large brim or a boonie hat, something like that. These right here will do you very well, protect you from the sun, and it's a necessity, okay? Something else I carry with me, which is also part of the list, that headgear is part of the list also, but is a pair of gloves. I carry a lightweight pair of leather gloves with me. You can get anything you want to, even some gardening gloves, whatever, even a pair of wool gloves. But I like these right here because around the fire, if I build a fire, or I'm dealing with some hot stuff, or I'm doing some cutting some wood, kind of stuff like that, or whatever I'm doing, any kind of work, I can throw these on, protect my hands, and they are part of the 10 essentials. Now, before we go further like that, one of the things that's good to have with you is something to clean your backside with. So I carry a complete, I put it together myself. It's a toiletry kit. This right here is not just a normal toiletry kit. Inside of here, I've got everything from hand washing stuff, disposable towelettes that you can put in water and they expand. I've got toothbrush, toothpaste. Lip balm is very important. It's also one of those things you want, and I have some insect repellent, and I have some wet wipes in here. So these are some of the things you can carry with you, and they're inside of a little waterproof container right here, which I've had for a long time, and it does the do. It does really well. And I carry with me a lightweight towel. This right here happens to be a Hungarian army towel I picked up for a couple of bucks when I was over there. Fantastic towel. Wash it, and it does the job. And I carry with me some kind of a handkerchief like that. You never know when you're going to need it, but you can wipe your brow, wipe anything you need with it. You put it around your neck like that, keep the sweat off of you, and it comes in handy. Okay, now we're going to talk a little bit. Let me get this thing bent down here a little bit more. It's going to be a little bit longer video. I do apologize for those of you who don't like long videos, but here we go. Now we're going to talk about shelter. And I carry, if you're not carrying a tent with you, I carry a basha or a tarp with me. It's right in here. It's an Australian Army one. I carry this right here. And with it, I have the tent stakes inside there with it. Okay, I carry 6 tent stakes that are in there. And that is perfect for that right there. I also carry a lantern, a candle lantern right here. Because I like to have a little bit of light at night. This right here is not a bad thing to do. It's a soft light. It's very comfortable. You can hang it up even inside your basha. It's a nice little lantern. You guys know this brand right here, okay? And I also have around it also the reflectors around it also. And I keep this thing charged up with a new. When I come back, I throw in a new candle in there, and then I've got some spare candles in here. And I also have some that are anti, keep the mosquitoes away from you. Let me show you what I got. I buy these right here next to a good little stock. This is Citronelle, and there's the purple ones, and these are 9-hour ones right here. And I keep those. There's 3 in a box. And it's good to have those, some spares with you. I have plenty of spares. Something else I have with me is I always have some emergency chem lights with me right here, chemical lights. These usually inside of Verband, but Verband, I took it off Verband with me, so I don't know why. But I also have a headlamp right here. This is a Petzl headlamp. This is a pretty powerful one. I think it's 450 lumens headlamp right here. And you can see it works pretty well. And this has a rechargeable battery, but I also have spare batteries for it, so I can pull a rechargeable battery out of it if I need to. I also have a secondary headlamp, the same brand, and I have spare batteries. And then this is what I call a little possibles bag. I have some extra things in there, like a cigarette lighter. I don't smoke, but it's in there and I have some sewing material in there for sewing, some heavy gauge needles, this kind of stuff that if I need to sew something, repair it, I have a little sewing kit in there with me also. And that stays in this little bag right here. This comes out if I need it. This is just an extra about a year. I don't use it unless I need to. Now, something else I carry with me is I do carry a fixed blade knife right here. And any good fixed blade knife will work well for you if you know anything about them. Get yourself a good fixed blade knife. And I have a little skelly tool right here from Leatherman, which I can hook up, somewhere very quickly if I need it. So it's a good little multi-tool to have with me. Also, I carry some electronic gear. This right here is a Power Monkey Extreme right here. It's an older version. But inside here I have the charger, which holds up. This thing here is 90% right now, and I haven't charged it for over a year. And it has also has a if I can get this thing open, has a rechargeable solar panel in here. You can either charge directly. Yeah, you see it's got 90% 90% right there. And it has, and I have the cables in here to attach that directly to my telephone or anything else that I need to. Okay. Also, some other items I have in here. This is my first aid kit, or my Bobo kit. This is for any kind of little Bobos like that. I also have some extra meds in here if I need it. So it's all part of this kit right here. Insect repellent is also included. All these little kind of stuff, liquid glue, like glue. If I have cuts like that, I can quickly get that closed up with it right there. And then I have my map kit. And inside here I have a topographic map for wherever I'm traveling. That's in here along with a notepad. I have a signal panel in here. This is a little signal panel I carry with me also for signaling. And I have a compass in here. And it's all set up in here. I have a little pencil and a little block note, a little notepad in here also. And then I have my fire kit. This is a lot of extra stuff I may need for building a fire inside of here, from everything from fat wood to some extra gear like that are in here for building a fire. That's what I need to build a fire. But if I'm not building fire to eat, I plan to carry a jet boil. And this here's the Sumu, I think, or something like that. It's in here. And I got it in there. I got one canister in there. A canister of that will work about 5 days, I find. But I'll carry an extra canister with me, just in case. That'll give me over a 10-day period. And then I always carry my little pocket rocket right here. I think it's not called pocket rocket. It's called something else. Can't remember the name of it. It's MSR water filter right here. And I keep the filter changed up. One thing about it, wintertime, it's not good to carry these around with you. In wintertime, better just boil your water up, because these out here, if they get wet, they can freeze. And I've had it happen to me, so be aware of that. I also carry some Nalgene bottles or water bottles. I've got a couple of these metal ones right here, which I like a lot, and some clear ones. Choose what you want to. You can even use just any kind of a water bottle, carry it with you. And these things are here fantastic, okay? Now, something else I carry with me, so just in case I decide to do some fire, make a fire and cook with it, I have a small kit right here, which has a spatula, a cutting board, and then I have some of these grills, these little miniature grills. They're actually from Expedition Research. These grills are the Bushcraft grill, and I have that in here also, and these come in very good handy, especially when you're grilling over a fire. You want to cook something like a steak or some meat, or you want something, a steady platform to put food on, some sauce, this kind of stuff. Now, next thing it comes to is going to be sleeping, and I may either carry a lightweight sleeping bag with me, or like this right here, I've carried this Swagman. I'm pretty happy with this Swagman right here. This thing has served me very well. It can zip up the sides, but I usually just zip up just the feet. I stick my feet in it and cover myself with the rest of it like a blanket. This thing is fantastic. Highly recommend it if you want to get yourself some. I like it better than a poncho liner, although I love poncho liners. This right here is a really good setup right here when it comes to a piece of sleep cover. It's done me very, very well, and you can always get dressed up if you need to, and then get inside this right here if it's a little bit cooler outside. I have a pair of winter booties that I can carry with me, but you don't need those really for the summertime. Then I've got a lightweight Thermarest right here, an air mattress. I carry that with me. And then to protect that and give you a little more insulation from the ground, I'll carry my Thermarest foam mattress. Now, let me tell you something about when it comes to sleeping outdoors. Even if it's hot summer and you're sleeping on hot sand, it's good to have some kind of a insulation barrier, because humidity will come up from the soil, or the heat will from the sand. So you want something that's going to fix that. I also use and it's actually in my car right now. It's not up here because I need to clean it up a little bit. But I use a pair of Tyvek, a Tyvek sheet that's about 2 meters by 1.5 meters, like that, wide. So white stuff, the same stuff they put on side the houses for waterproofing. Super lightweight. I've had that thing for over 6-7 years. It's never not done the right thing, and I use it a lot. So anyway, and so let's talk about shoes and that kind of stuff. Oh, by the way, all this stuff right here, all this stuff that needs to go into a waterproof bag. I have a waterproof bag. It's not heavy duty, it's a lightweight one, 35-liter bag. This happens to be from Helicon Tex. I'll throw my sleeping bag in it. or anything else. At least the sleeping bag is going to be inside of it, whether it be a winter bag or a summer bag or my poncho liner. It's going to be at the bottom of my rucksack because I'm not going to need it during the day. If I wasn't needed, I can quickly pull it out if there was an emergency, and I could use it, but it's there. One thing else about this Swagman I like, you can actually wear it like a poncho with, it has a hood on it. So if you are really cold, you can wear that thing around you like a poncho, and it serves very, very well. Okay, let's go to shoes. Okay, now the 10-day outing I did last time, I wore a pair of lightweight hiking shoes. Those served me very, very well. I was very happy with them. Although they were super lightweight, they allowed a lot of dirt inside of them, so I was constantly kicking out dirt. But these are here a pair of just a pair of AKU Gore-Tex hiking shoes. So because you do see winter, summer in the mountains, so you do see some weather. You will even see snow, so it's good to have something. I like a pair of low quarter hiking shoes for the summer to hike in. And that's what comes in good with the socks too. The wool socks that work really well together. Now, if I'm doing something a little bit more adventurous, I'm going to wear a pair of a boot with an upper on, a 6-inch upper. This comes out. These are here are actually a pair of the. This is the Hex Scout 2.0, I think they're called. And these things out here have served me very, very well. I've had them for years. I'm pretty happy with them. I've been wearing them between them and some other shoes, trying them out. And so that's where you go. So and then now on top of all this, around camp, I hate wearing the shoes around camp. So what I'll do is and I don't like necessarily being barefoot. Now you can wear a pair of Crocs with you, but they're a little bit more voluminous. But I like to wear is a pair of sandals, and these are a little bit heavy. They're not too bad, but these are the Source sandals right here. They're guaranteed for life. They are antibacterial, kind of stuff like that, and you see they're a little bit dirty because I wear them all year round. I mean, especially in the summertime, I wear them all summer. And you can even hike in them. If you find if your shoes are wet and you want to give your shoes a chance to dry out, you can hang them on the back of your rucksack with the carabiner and these little loops right here, or you can throw them inside of a mesh bag if you have a mesh bag on you, which I preach to carry some mesh bags with you so you can dump your gear in it. And then you can hike these right here, stream crossings, just kind of like that, or just hanging out around the camp. They'll dry out very quickly, and they'll allow your feet to air out and to dry out. So, and I carry these inside of they come in a really nice bag, but I don't know where that bag is at. I'm probably using it for something else. But I have a mesh bag from Petzl. It's for a rappelling seat. And I just basically just stick those suckers inside of that. And one thing about them, they have this antibacterial odor to them. It's very, very pleasant. It's not a bad odor, so they never stink. But and then you can actually hang this on the outside of your rucksack if it's wet, or you stick them inside your rucksack. And there you go. Now, if you want to, and I do suggest doing it, is bring yourself a poncho. This actually is a U.S. Army issued poncho right here. And you can wear this right here instead of the rain jacket if you need it. And you can also wrap yourself up inside of the Swagman inside this thing right here, or another poncho. And you can use it as what we call a tropical sleeping bag. Something else you can also think about carrying with you, and how you can do that is you can carry yourself a lightweight backpack, a day pack. You can have this packed up already with your regular essentials in it, and just have it as a handbag if you don't have very far to hike to your base camp. But if you do, you can just sort of stick it to the outside of your rucksack. And what I'm using right now for my winter bag, which all this summer stuff will get into it, and that is the Alice large main rucksack. I have it sitting over here, and you've seen it in my videos. And I can manage to get everything in. 62 liters. I can get everything inside of it. This sucker is so comfortable. I've got friends now who I've introduced it to, and they absolutely love that rucksack also. So I can definitely highly recommend it. So this is just an idea what I carry with me for summer outings. Now, of course, there's food. Food is another thing. Water. I have some extra large 1 liter foldable bags to put water in there that I carry and use also if I need to. But what I'll quite often do is, because if I'm filtering water, I will start off with just a couple of canteens, and then when I get to where I'm at, I'll drink those up and then re-filter water and fill everything up and have that at the base camp. And I can grab something if depends on a couple of canteens if I'm going any kind of distance. I like to carry at least 2 liters on me. I tend to drink a lot. And I'll try to avoid drinking a lot of alcohol, this kind of stuff, while you're actually camping. It's okay if you're around the camp at night. You guys are having some grilled sausages and bread and this kind of stuff like that. Yeah, drinking some beers, but leave that stuff back at camp. Don't hump that stuff around with you. Now, if you're going on a several-day hike out and you're carrying everything on you, you're going to have to watch every ounce, every kilogram, every gram, okay? And make sure that you are not over carrying, because you need to try to avoid carrying too much gear on you, okay? 15 kilos is probably about the max anybody would comfortably want to carry on them. It's about, what, 35 pounds. And you start getting above that, then you're getting into another level. Especially if you're up here in the mountains here in Switzerland, you're really at another level. But the trails here are very decent, very practical, very comfortable. But there are some of them that are very steep, and even their drops are very, very steep also. So just be careful of that, especially if you're traveling Switzerland, traveling to the Alps. But no matter where you're at in the world, take on this advice that I can give you. Be aware, be careful, and practice up a little bit. Right now, if you're not doing a lot of camping, what you can do is get your summer gear together and start doing some hikes with it. Sort of get yourself into that shape for when the spring months come and you want to get out there. Remember, early spring is a good chance. There's still snow on the ground if you're up in the mountains. There's still going to be a lot of weather until you get into the summer. And even in the summer here in Switzerland, I have seen snow in June and July. So you got to be very aware of that. So the Alps can always trick you. Now, if you're hiking some nice flat areas like northern Normandy or the deserts in the United States, of course, here in Europe, you're going to have town after town. So it's not too far away from any kind of public services, any kind of water, any kind of emergency situation. But in the States, or if you're hiking in Africa, or you're hiking some parts of Asia or in Australia, you will not see that. You will be days and days and days away from anything and everything. So, there are a few things I can suggest you do is practice now. Get yourself, get your gear tweaked in, exactly what you're going to need. Don't skimp, though. Make sure you got 10 essentials on you and you got a proper medical kit. With the medical kit comes medical training. Make sure you have that. Make sure that you replace any damaged gear or have it repaired, okay? You don't want to go out there with a pair of worn out shoes, okay? So if you have two pairs of shoes, you want to sort of break them both in. Make sure that they're comfortable. Make sure they work for you, and check those. Quite often the insoles in them are really bad, so you may have to change the insoles, okay? But replace gear that needs to be replaced, repair that needs to be repaired, and get used to carrying that weight. Even if it's 10 kilos, 15 kilos, it'll take some butt kicking out of you. Something else I can highly recommend is bringing with you some forgot the word, some batons, some sticks, some hiking sticks, okay? Those come in handy, and those are going to save you also going up and going down. They're going to enter your shoulders and your arms into the and take a lot of that wear off of your knees and your back and your hips, that kind of stuff. So those are good to have, especially when going up and going downhill. So bring those with you. Don't forget your sunshades, and don't forget, if you want to go out there and by yourself, okay, make sure you tell everybody where you're at, where you're going, when you plan on being at certain points, and when you plan on getting back. Make sure your phone is fully charged if you have a phone on you. If not, turn it off and then just call somebody in regularly. Save that battery as much as you can. Keep it on you. And if you're like me and you're carrying a rechargeable kit, this one here can charge up to 6 times my mobile phone. So that's an advantage right there. And if you carry any kind of camera equipment on you, like I said, don't overcharge yourself. Don't carry too much blah, 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 so much crap. You're going out there to enjoy yourself. You're going out there to get away from man, okay? So don't use GPS. Use your map and compass. If you need to train on that, learn that, train that kind of stuff. It takes usually a couple of days to get really tuned into your gear. So that's what I'm saying now. Start getting tuned in as quick as possible. Something that we did in the military, you learn very quickly what you need and don't need, what you need to carry, what you don't need to carry, what you have to carry. And if it's things that you don't have to carry, you tend to leave those behind and get on life without them, okay? But, and tune in what kind of food and calories you're going to need, this kind of stuff. So these dehydrated meals are great, but they will get old very quickly. So have you some fresh stuff with you just along the way. Start off with those meals, and then after a couple of days, eat some of their fresh stuff that you may have. You can carry some sausage, some cheese, this kind of stuff. So just be aware of that. Anyway, I got some more videos coming out in the future. We're going to discuss this kind of stuff too. I do apologize. This video here is 30 minutes long. I hope you all enjoyed it though. Anyway, again, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends and enemies. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't like it, I do apologize. It's what it is. But share with your friends and enemies. And you comments down below. I want to know what your opinions, what you think about all this kind of stuff. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm more than happy to oblige you and try to answer you. And if I don't have the answers, I'll find someone who does. I have lots of people I know who does this crazy stuff. So, but we love the outdoors. Anyway, hope you all have a pleasant one. These last days, I can hear the rain, the icy rain hitting my windows right now. You can probably hear that too. I have a window right here, and because winter's not over with yet, but summer is coming, so get ready for it. Talk to you again soon. Take care of yourselves, and continue following the channel. Goodbye.